Hey, and welcome guys to another little tutorial. Now, today I thought it would be a good time to introduce, after we've done classes and return types, this one is more of another type that you can do. And a lot of times I will do this on a utility class. Something where I needed to do one specific thing and I need it to be referenced in a lot of different places. Like, let's say, for instance, you have a let's see, how can I put this? Let's say you have a health class. Now, every single health class will have its own little properties, and let's say how can we put this? Well, basically it's gonna have to do a certain function all the time, okay? And the function needs to do something specific, right? So what I would like to introduce is we have our namespace and everything. Well, let's just get rid of this. Don't want that because it served its purpose. Okay. Now, in this class, we are going to... Oh, I'm going to get rid of this namespace too. We don't really need to mess with these, right? We know what we're going to do. So, here we go. I thought this would be a very good time to do some type of utility for our game. Okay? And what this utility is going to be like is we're going to do one that says help. Let's do a float help. And this requires another float, right? Damage, okay? Now, traditionally, when we do this, we'll go down here and we'll do a public damage, okay? Public void damage, okay? And we'll take a float in our overload. We'll take a float, okay? And we most of the time just call it damage. Then we'll have a nice little float up here for how much health we have. Health for float health. Okay. And this will be public as well. Well, we don't have to make it public, but it makes it a lot easier, I guess. And we'll put a 100F right off the bat. And because we do damage and stuff, we'll go health, the lowercase one, minus equals damage. Okay? And we'll usually do that, and then we'll have this if health is less than 0, we remove our player. Okay, so doesn't like me just typing, we remove our player here. Okay, so every single time we take damage, we do this and everything. Well, the thing about this is fine and everything, but in reality, you know, we're doing the calculation here, and then if we want another class to be able to do something, we have to write this function in that class as well. And everybody's got to have a health and stuff. And, you know, that's great and all, but maybe we want something completely different. Maybe we want to write a function that we can use other places. And this is something that I think we should use a utility class for. Okay, just straight up, just a utility class. Where it will do exactly what we want. This function right here will do everything that we need. So let's do something like that. Okay, so in our float right here, we'll make this a public static. Okay, public static, and then we have our health, our float, let's just call it go. Okay, equals 100 baseline. Maybe we've got 100 baseline for everyone. Okay, or maybe we'll just, yeah, actually we will. Here's what we'll do. We'll have it give us the current health, float, current health, current HP, or let's just call it HP. That way it's real short and everything. Damage. Oh, come on, cooperate with me, keyboard. And then we need a transform. Us. Okay? So, our public float, our go transform thing, is equal to HP. Okay? It's equal to the HP. So, another thing is we will deduct our go minus equals HP, right? We deduct our health. And I can't type today. That sucks. Okay? So we're good on that. Okay? We've deducted the health. So what happens if our health is actually below 0? If go is less than 0, F, we will do this. If, why does it always do that for me? I can never get this thing to cooperate for me. Because this is a return type and stuff like that, we have to have it return something. Okay? Which is fine. You know, it's fine and dandy. So what can we possibly do here? Ooh, we can't really do a transform thing like that. Actually, yes we can. It'll probably give us an error maybe. but we can get around that. And what I mean by get around it is destruction happens in between frames. So we can really make it do something anyway. And what I mean by it is we can have it put a tiny little script on it for destroying objects. And what I mean by it is we can have it say something very easily. Let's just say it's test script, okay? We can have it do a us dot transform dot game object dot add component. And right now we don't have a destruction script that runs when we want. Okay? So we're just going to put test2. Okay? It will add the component of test2. Alright? Which is our which can be a destruction script. Okay? And then we return go. We've done it. We need to return go and everything else. If it's not, if go is not below 0 f, we still need a return, which we can return go, because all paths have to return something. If this is false, then it's still got to have a return. Now, this function right here will do everything that we need, okay? Which, in reality, this could be a get component, a destruction thing on it. But I don't want to actually put it on the object, okay? Now, you're probably looking at this and going like, why do we need this? Why is this so vital? Well, it would be really nice to be able to do this. We'll have a small little thing of help equals test1 dot what did we call that? Health dot health. Now we have functions in here, okay, which requires our help. So we got to put our help okay, then our damage, then this dot transform, okay. Now this function right here will do everything that we need to do. It's one little line of code, okay, for taking damage. It will do our calculation. It will do our destruction. It will do everything that we possibly need, okay? So, in this test script right here, it'll do calculations and everything, which is kind of nice, because if I have to adjust anything, or I have problems with calculating something, I don't have to go to the script that has the issue. I can go into my static function that I have, and this is all that I have to do. Like, let's say I'm in a multiplayer game and I don't want to destroy my game object anymore. I want it to do something completely different. Well, we can do that. All we have to do is, instead of that, we'll cross this out. We could do, let's say, a game object array, okay, of go to or spawn spots, okay. We're calling that equals game. Let's do find object of type, and it takes a generic. Ooh, no. Actually, matter of fact, we won't do a game object. Let's just say they're test ones, find object of type, and we want to find every script of test ones in the game. Okay, which is legit because it's got the array, right? And since we have one, we can go in here and go test one, or no, not test one. Spawn spots in the array. We'll just pick the first one just for an example. Dot transform dot position. And the thing about this is we have us. So what we'll do is we'll go us dot transform dot position, and we'll have it set equal to that. And what this will do is it will put us exactly where another spawn spot position is. And the really cool thing about this is I can have different damage methods for every single person. As in, let's say, for example, if I have an NPC, which is not a player, then I want him to have different spawn spots, okay? Which means I can take this right here, okay? We can copy it and paste it down here, and we will make a different one that will have different methods of NPC health. Because maybe we want a variant, okay? Because this is different right here, we can have all the same functions and everything, just as it is. But our spawn spots have to be different. So what do we want? Well, let's just do this script, full auto, okay? And let's pretend this is a different script, okay? We'll change this, and this can be a script of different ones, okay? And it doesn't like that because it's not a trans. Let's do this 1 minute. Well, the reason why it says this is because our full auto is a serializable object. It's not a script really in the scene that's got a transform that's attached, so it doesn't like it. But, you know, if it's NPC help. And this is very easy to use right here. We've got two different functions. They pretty much do the same. We could put a true or false statement at the end and make them functional for two different things. But, you know, it's all in what you want to do for your game. And this one right here, you could put a random.range and, you know, bam, do all kinds of cool stuff with it. And the beauty thing about this is I don't have to change much inside my code. I can have one script for every NPC in the game and put it part of their logic, okay? And then I can have player logics, okay? All I'd have to do is change my method right here for damaging. Or even if I have to put this, I can put this as a private member variable and then have a setter that just sets and runs this. Okay, I can seal this up, which, you know, is kind of nice and things like that. But, you know, it's the concept of getting logic like this that you're going to be typing multiple times and put it in more of a utility fashion. Okay, something that, you know, you got one place to go to and it'll just do exactly what you want. Okay, because in quite a few of my games that I do personally, I do utility functions like this. Okay, this health stuff, if it's minus equaling something all the time, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll just make a utility function like this. Is I'll go down here because I hate having lines like this. So what I'll do, so it looks a lot cleaner, is I know I'm going to be adding and subtracting. So I'll call it subfloat or something like that. And it's a static function. And what I'll do is the item, okay, is float item. And then we'll do a float amount, okay? And then I'll pretty much do the same thing, because I don't like all these little tiny things right here, okay? I hate it. It looks ridiculously, it's a lot longer than it needs to be, so we'll go item minus amount. And it's kind of dumb. Okay. And then have it return go. Okay? Because it's already done its job and everything else. And this doesn't hit a CG, really. It's a temporary variable that's get done, and bam, there you go. And then in my other functions, I'll do cool little functions like this. Hey, I'll take the value that I need and subtract it. Boom. Instead of all this mess right here. Because it's just subtracting, okay? What do I care? What do I need all this doodah stuff around? Okay? So every single damage that comes, we're giving this stuff, and the reason why I passed this transform is for when we want to destroy ourselves. Okay? When we want to destroy ourselves, we can put a tiny little script on our game object, and all it will do is on start, delete this game object. Okay, it's basically a destruction script, which brings us to our other point. If we want to destroy a game object, okay, let's say we want, instead of destroying it, we want to throw it into the object pooler. Well, our destruction script could actually be something that could generate a object pooler. Okay, we can just tell like a manager of some type, hey, this is the bullet. Do we have one yet? Do we have a pooler for it? And boom, there you go. Alright. There's many other types of functionalities that you could probably do with this, and that's the benefit of this. Now, some of the bad things about it is how I made this temporary variable right here. Okay. If you wanted to use, let's go up here, a variable that's all the time in the script, you cannot use it. Okay. Like this float go that I hear here. This is not static here. A variable that you use in a static function like this, you cannot use this variable outside of it inside the static function here. Okay, so if I go in here and remove this float, it will start giving us me errors because this is object reference requires a static property, field, or method. It requires a static. Now to remove this, all I have to do is either put a static here or make sure it's a temporary variable here. Okay? That's one reason why it does that. So just be careful on how you use your static methods like that. And this is a float. This can be another function for vector 3s, lerping, your own custom lerp. I mean, it's very easy to make a utility for doing certain things that you need done. Okay? And I just wanted to show you guys that because sometimes I believe you might not know about it, so you'll write a big old long mess of it, and then you'll go into another class and you'll need that type of calculation or something again, and you're like, oh man, why am I writing this stuff multiple times? That's just unnecessary. If you don't have to do something, I don't want to do it. Simple as that. And the beauty about this part right here, like I said with this subtracting, this right here just subtracts two floats. So imagine how many uses. You can use this for health. You can use this for bullets. You can use this for a lot of things. Instead of, because this could go up here and be like, oh, well, guess what? Now we need bullets. So you're like, public. Well, you can't do a float that way, but, and then you go ammo. Okay. And you're like, well, I need ammo to do something. So ammo equals task1 dot subfloat. How much do we have now is ammo, and then the amount. How much do we want to subtract? Let's just pass in damage. Bam. We just took our ammo, passed it in, and returned what we actually needed out. One simple little line versus minus subtracting and then doing all this logic stuff. You know, I mean, it's one line here, But I believe this will open up your eyes to different possibilities later on as for this type of functionality, like spawn spots, or maybe you need the player to do something when it reaches this point. Maybe instead of the transform, you're going to set the animator and make it go, hey, he got hurt. I need him to play his hurt animation. Instead of the transform, it would be easy to go, hey, here's your death animation. Please play it. And return that you're dead. Okay. And the great thing about it is, this can also work for the player. If you just have an animation, an animator, well, okay. That's fine. Just do get component animator, boom, there you go. Or, you know, maybe you need some fix-me scripts where you remove the collider from the player and the gravity and stuff. You know, there's millions of possibilities. And this can be called from any script. It doesn't have to be in the damage or anything like that. So I hope this gives you ideas on what you can do with functions like this. And I hope to see you in the next next video, and I hope you learned something, done all that cool stuff. So thank you, like, hit subscribe, do the YouTube stuff, and be seeing you guys, and I hope I can keep recording videos for you. Busy day, you know how life goes, real life, so overrated. But peace, guys, take care.